Welcome to our Thursday morning beginner workout, not Thursday morning beginner workout, Thursday morning HIIT workout. Today we're going to be doing a TABATA. All you need is a chair and then some cans or light dumbbells or one of the exercises. Actually, two of the exercises. Any form of resistance will do. It's an exercise. It's anterior shoulder raise, lateral shoulder raise. So like, if you can hold on to anything, really, it'll make a big difference. We'll just start with our warm up. We're gonna do our arm swings. So what Tabata is two exercises back to back, 20 seconds on, 10 seconds break in between. And the 20 seconds is supposed to be high intensity, but you can go at your own pace. And we do that for 8 rounds, so it ends up being it's actually 4 minutes, not 8 rounds. So you end up doing about 80 seconds of each exercise. Brain is not working this morning. We're just going to go into some side leans here, just a couple. And then we're just going to go into our sort of quarter squats here. In our first group, we have some sumo squat jumps. We're going to do them in a pulse style. So just get the legs warmed up a little bit. 7:30 in the morning. It's not always when you want to start jumping, so we got to ease ourselves into it. We'll go into our hip hinge, forward fold, pulling back on the left, fingers, arms overhead, hips to the right, lean to the left, hips to the left, lean to the right. All right. Step pulling back on the right fingers, nice and tall. Yeah, and then we'll just turn those into alternating floor sweeps. So trail or lead leg is straight, toe pointed up. And then you just do a nice big sweep. And a big circle with the arms in. So you get big circles. We'll hinge forward and go into our swimmers. Again, if you want to, with swimmers not hinge, you can just go like that. And then we'll go backwards. All right, perfect. So this is what your workout looks like. We have 4 rounds of each. So you end up doing 8 exercises in a round, for a total of 32 exercises or 32 sets. So our sumo jump squats, I'll show you. Chair dips, we've done enough that I'm not going to demonstrate. Feet are wider than shoulder, toes are pointed out, and then you're just going to hinge, and it's little jumps in the sumo squat position. All right, we have 20 seconds there. So get the clock going. You can get started in 3, 2, and 1. With our sumo squat jumps, 20 seconds on, and then we have 10 seconds transition time. 20 seconds on these seems like an eternity. Done there, 10 seconds to get to your chair for dips. Elbows pointed behind, like you're squeezing that beach ball behind your back. All right, and then from a minute 20, we do our sumo squats. If you need to slow it down, just do more of a full jump, right? Like I can do my sumo squat jump up, down. I can add a few in where I'm just doing squat. And then for the last couple seconds, I can do that pulse. And from 130 to 150, we're back to our chair dips. Clock jumped a little bit on me. I wasn't expecting that. The idea with the Tabata is, you know, your lower body's resting, or if that other part is resting while you're working the other way. That's why the rest is so short. And we're working so much. But you'll see in like groups 3 and 4, we won't have that luxury where you get a little bit of rest. So that's going to be a little tough. Chair dips. Again, with chair dips, you can make them harder with legs straight. With the sumo squat, if you just want to work more on your form, you can use your chair. Get in that sumo squat position. Keep the chest lifted. Butt touches to the chair and you stand up, right? You can take up the jump. If you want to work on form, if you need a break. So, you know, I always say you have to make your workout your own. But we went over there. That's okay. And if you need to make the dips easier, go from a higher height, right? Bring the legs in a little bit more. Still keep those elbows pointed behind you. Squeezing that beach ball. All right, and time there. So, that is group 1. We can stop that. Set it. Oh, group 2, we all know what a push-up looks like. Our single leg squat. You can do from a higher surface or the chair. I'll show you what it looks like for both. With a higher surface, you know, I'm able to, I'll lift my left leg up. Or right leg up. I can lift my right leg up, stabilize myself, push my hips back, using mostly my glutes. I can, you know, feel a little safer sitting into that. With a chair, you might have to use the armrest a little bit, but try to get the feet out, and then don't use your arms so much, but stand up at the top, and then use your armrest or your, you know, wall to help lower yourself, and then stand up. We'll do 10 seconds a side. Actually, we'll do 20 seconds all on one side. We'll end up doing 2 times each side. So without further ado, we'll start with our push-ups in 3, 2, and 1. Nice straight line from head to toe. Full range of motion. There. I'm going to start with my left leg. Left leg's on the evens, right leg's on the odds. And 4 seconds. And if you want to switch, elbow crack there, you can switch on the 10-second mark. We're going back to our push-up. If you need to make your push-up easier, go from that inclined chair or couch, whatever you're using. Still a nice straight line. And the nice thing with this TABATA, right, is since it's not as hard from an inclined position, I can work a little bit maybe more on getting my heart rate up by doing faster push-ups because I'm not so worried about the strength component. So right leg this time. Really try to stand without using those arm rests, but if you need to, right? There's no shame in that. Just use a little bit to get yourself up, but mostly pushing yourself up with your legs there. And then I'll show you our last version of our modified push-up here. And again, you go to your ability level. I'm going for my knees here in case you don't have that sort of incline. These are still hard when I'm trying to get as many as I can in that 20 seconds. But if these are hard for you going at normal pace, just stick to your normal pace. All right, and left leg. I can actually use the couch for these last two just so you can see. I don't get as much range of motion, but I can move quicker, and it's definitely apparent I can't use my hands here. Okay. Last set of our push-ups. And last time with our single leg squat going with our right leg. And if you can, try to keep that leg up the whole time. And then you'll really be working on your balance. You won't give your other leg a break. And it's okay to sit a little bit longer on that one. It's hard to stand up. You know, you can't do it as much as you can in a squat. That's group 2, which means we are halfway there. Oh, anterior raise, we're just that way. Lateral raise, we're that way. You're going to want lighter weights for this. So I'm actually going to have to, like, I said a cans of soup is perfect because this is going to be pretty brutal. All right, we'll get started with our anterior raise in 3, 2, and 1. All the way to shoulder height. And we don't come all the way down. I don't hang out down here. I stop with about 5-10 degrees left. And if you're getting like a little click in your shoulder, you can always go a little bit more in the Y, or you can go thumbs up. All right, take a little bit of a break, because we're going to go into our lateral raise next. Same thing with the lateral raise. I go to shoulder height, and I don't return to my weights dropped, because that will give my lateral delts a break. Which, if you need, take. But if you don't, you know, don't. as well work them as hard as we can. And I can already feel my shoulders. You know, that was pretty difficult. If you need to, if you find yourself leaning back on this, even if it's just a little like this, take that kickstand approach. Back a little bit more. And go from there. And I'm going thumbs up here because I do get a little click of my shoulder. Not that it's painful, it's just makes me cringe a little bit. Alright, on our lateral raise. To put these into perspective, the weight I'm using right now is 5 pounds. So this isn't a lot of weight at all, but it's getting pretty tiring. Halfway there. I grabbed out the 3 pounds just in case. If I go past shoulder height, it's only by a little. I mostly stay hands at shoulder height. By going thumbs up, I get a little bit more biceps in this rather than just pure anterior delts. That's okay. Still working hard. Lateral raise I'll show you from this way. Not really sure how much information you get, but always nice to have a few more angles. All right, one more round of each. I'm going to hang on for dear life with these 5s. Hopefully I don't need to drop it. If I do, there's no shame in that. Just my body can't lift that weight anymore. So if I want to continue, I need to drop. But I think I'll be okay. Okay. And one more with lateral raise. Here we go. Nice and tall. You shouldn't be leaning back on this one pretty much under any circumstance. And if you find yourself swinging, get the weight going. You know, if your reps look like that, lower your weight. It's okay. Okay, we can set our weights away. And you can see how even a couple cans of soup, can of beans, can make that challenging, right? Even a couple water bottles. You don't need a lot of weight for that exercise. Even like no weight, by the end, you'd be pretty tired. Okay, so the last group is our core group. So we have heel touches, which we're on our back, shoulders are lifted, we're moving side to side, touching our hands to our heels, and then low plank we've done before. So we'll get started in 3, 2, and 1. So you're in a sort of crunch position here. You're going to lift your shoulders off the ground, and then we're just touching our heels on the outside, reaching for that little piggy on the outside of your foot. Good. So we go into our low plank. So I said this before, in your low plank, at any point you need to modify. It's so nice in the low plank, right? I could just drop to my knees. I'm still in this position. My core hasn't stopped working the whole time, but I've just made it either easier, I've either assisted it, or it's working on its own here. Okay. Time to flip on our back. Look at the clock. And then with this one, I lift my shoulders off the ground. Don't crane your neck to look at your feet. just look up. The shoulders are what are lifting off the ground. You're not craning your neck. So this is more an intermediate to advanced exercise class, so you should be able to lift your shoulders off the ground without purposefully looking at your feet. Low plank. Nice straight line. If you need to make the plank easier and you don't want to modify it or drop the knees, just put your feet out a little wider, and that will help. Or clasp your hands together, and that will make it a little easier as well. And you can start to feel the core really burning after those two. 2 more rounds of each. Then we stretch, and we're home free. So this is a little bit more of an active, dynamic exercise, and the plank is more a static exercise. By combining the two, we're really draining our energy stores. We're not giving our core, time to relax so much, so it's contracting the whole time. And anytime you need to modify, you just drop the knees. I like to lift my feet, but you don't need to. Anytime you can pop back into it. That's, the low plank is such a beautiful exercise for being able to modify quickly. And if you're, somebody who works on holding their low plank for as long as they can, or holding their plank for as long as they can, you'll be amazed at how much you can add to your time by just training to add in that modification at the very end. So you have no more energy, you're shaking, drop to that modified. Okay. And you'll see that your non-modified time is going to skyrocket. Okay. Last set, low plank, nice straight line, finish strong. And finish strong means finish with good form. So if you need to go to that modified, you go to that modified. But we're finishing strong. And time. Excellent. All right, I'm going to stop that clock so it's not too distracting. We'll go to our chair for some stretches. As we're standing now. So just sitting at the edge of the chair, we'll go with that chair stretch I always start with. This is our modified pigeon, so I'm crossing my left leg over my right, then I'm having a slight lean forward. Really great stretch following those sumo jump squats. That was pretty challenging today. The nice thing I like about TABATA is it goes really quickly. So if you're having difficulty, getting to exercise, throw on this video, switch sides, and you'll have a 30-minute good workout in no time that targets most of the whole body. We didn't get too much back in here today. Back's a little harder with the body weight. Not saying it can't be done though. Alright, and then we'll just go point the toe towards the shin. Just do our modified hurdler from a seated position. And again, you can do this without, I don't have to reach forward, right? I can just hinge forward. And I feel that in my hamstring there and in my calf because I have tight calves. We'll switch sides. So leg is straight, nice and straight. I point the toe towards my shin. And then I just hinge my body forward, right? And I can keep a neutral spine doing that too. Go to our door frame stretch here. The palm is up. If you don't have an accessible door frame, just go into your handcuff stretch. Shoulders back and down, nice and proud. palm is either up or thumb is pointed up. Palm up, you'll get more bicep. Thumb up, it'll be a little bit more localized towards the chest. And we just twist to the top. Switch sides. Like to do cat to cow. So on the ground, quadruped position. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. I'm going to tuck my chin, perch my spine, and go to neutral. Push our hands back, hands forward. So I'll do it stay in this one too long, but I just like get the back, lower back a little bit released after like exercises like full plank. Some people tend to hold a bit of tightness there, whether because their hips tight or sag. Or they were holding so long that their core tired out, so a little bit of a release there is a good thing. And then we'll just go into our upper trap neck stretch. So right ear to right shoulder. You can grab the left arm. Or I'm doing, right ear to left shoulder, grabbing the left arm behind my back and just giving it a little pull, nothing too serious. And we'll switch sides. Left ear to left shoulder. I'm grabbing my right arm. It's not even that much of a pull. It just allows me to ensure I'm pressing that shoulder down. I'll look all the way up, all the way down, left, to the right. Sort of shake it out, pull back on the right finger, or I'm doing left here, left fingers, push down, and then just take your time to sort of get each finger here pulled back and the thumb, and we'll switch sides. So now I'm pulling back on those right fingers. Stand up nice and tall with posture. Push down. And we'll pull back one of each finger just to make sure those are all in working order there. And that is good enough to call it a day. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope you guys have a great weekend. I'm back on the schedule on Tuesday. I hope to see you then.